So now that I'm graduated from high school, I finally get time to talk about the Wednesday Night Wars, my new series in this show where I review NXT and Lucha Underground. And a way to describe both of these shows would be fearless, or should I say, cero miedo. What's up, guys? It's me, the ALE Double X Prince, back at you here with WNW Wednesday Night Wars from June 14, 2017. Basically the continuation. I'm gonna miss next week, so because I'm going to camp, but I'll get you guys this one, and I wanna just review both shows. Now, I was gonna actually start saying which show was better from the previous week, and I think last week Lucha Underground had a better show simply because it had better matches, and it got us excited for the Dario Cup, which started this week. I'm going to start off by saying that NXT was the better show just for this week. And let me explain why NXT was the better show. Well, first of all, let's just kick it off by saying that we kick off the night with Drew McIntyre defeating Rob Rising. It was just fine for a little squash match for the most part. I'm waiting to see Drew McIntyre do something great. I want to see him go after the NXT Championship, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna save that for Roderick Strong versus Bobby Roode at NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3. Also for the NXT Tag Team Championships, we had the Authors of Pain versus Anthony Dominguez and Wilmer Friday. Now, Razor was kind of either Akam or Razor. One of them was just kind of talking to Paul Ellering, while the other one was just beating the fuck out of both these guys by himself, which was hella sick. And then Paul Ellering calls out the next opponent for them, Heavy Machinery. If you guys don't know who Heavy Machinery is, they're basically the exact same way as the Authors of Pain, just baby faces. It's basically the same thing, and I'm actually kind of digging this. I personally think the Authors of Pain were going to end up winning anyways when the match actually happens, but I wouldn't be shocked if they somewhere in the future want to give the shot to Heavy Machinery. I want to see this match. I actually am kind of excited for it. So yeah, there's that. Then we had the Velveteen Dream defeating Raul Mendoza. I'm not a big fan of this guy. Velveteen Dream. The Velveteen Dream is just kind of lame and just kind of boring, and it's kind of stupid for the most part. I really don't give a shit about this whatsoever. This character just never got it. It never got my attention. Never really did. So I really care less about this one. Now, before I talk about the main event, I want to talk about some badass video packages that they had. The first one I want to talk about is Sonya Devlin. She looks like a badass. She actually trains like if she was in UFC. I like that character that they're giving her, and I think she has potential in the women's division because NXT, the women's division is getting big, especially with the Mae Young Classic coming in later in August, I believe. Yep. And then the next video package I want to talk about is Ember Moon. Ember Moon is ready. She looks like a badass in that video package that they showed her, just saying that she will return next week, and she will take on Billie Kay. Another match that we're also going to be getting next week is Aleister Black. Yes, Tommy End is coming back finally against Cassius Ohno. That looks like a good match. I hope that they give it time, but something tells me that Hideo Itami might interfere because I know Cassius Ohno and Hideo Itami are currently feuding as we speak. And before I get to the main event, I want to just quickly say that Hideo Itami's been booked basically like if he was what Dolph Ziggler was supposed to be in the beginning of the year. Remember when Dolph Ziggler turned heel, but then they end up doing nothing with the guy? This is the Hideo Itami we want, so I'm happy for that. And I can't wait to see the feud between Cassius Ohno and Hideo Itami, or should I say Chris Hero versus Kenta. Yes, yes, yes. And now the main event. Great main event. Awesome main event. And it made everybody except Ruby Riott kind of strong. Basically, it was the rematch from NXT TakeOver Chicago, only in elimination style. And this one was a lot better than the one we had at Chicago, which is kind of weird to say. But this match was really, really good. Ruby Riott, I'm a big fan of hers. I can't wait to see her try to win the Women's Championship if she does win it. But Asuka's been kind of killing it. And she's been kind of looking like a bitch recently, Asuka. So that's why they gave it the elimination stipulation. So Nikki Cross eliminates Ruby Riott. Then it's Nikki Cross and Asuka. And then I'm thinking, fuck, I want neither of these to look weak. Because Nikki Cross needs to look strong. Well, same with Ruby Riott. She really needed to look strong. I mean, they kind of pulled it off that she had an injury. That's why Nikki Cross eliminated her. But what made this match so special was Nikki Cross and Asuka just beating the crap out of each other, doing everything to not lose the championship. They even brawl outside of the arena. Yes, they go out of the arena. They go backstage. They brawl there. There's a part where Nikki Cross throws Asuka into ice cold water. It was insane. It was brutal. No blood. I could live with that, but if they were to have blood, that would have been insane to see WWE do that for once. And then they're brawling in the crowd, and then they fall on this table. They both land on it, and the match ends up in no contest. I was thinking it was kind of bullshit that it was no contest, but it's honestly the best way to make everybody look strong here, because Nikki Cross needs to look like a badass. Honestly, and I'm gonna be dead honest. Besides Killian Dwayne, Nikki Cross is the only person from Sanity that looks like someone tough. Like Alexander Wolf, I'm not a big fan of his look, his style. And Eric Young, anybody knows me, I'm not the biggest Eric Young fan. But Nikki Cross and Killian Dane are just doing an amazing job, and that's what I really appreciate of them. So yeah, this was a pretty good show. Yeah, I personally think it was better than Lucha Underground this week. But the only reason why I'm saying that is because Lucha Underground is currently starting their Dario Cup, so they're gonna hold off on when we get the good shit. I mean, when it comes to tournaments, I wasn't a big fan of the Cruiserweight Classic at the time, but when it got to the semifinals and stuff, I was like hooked. So with this show, they did the best that they could. They did a good job setting up storylines. So they did a good job setting up the future where NXT was focused on what was going on right now. And so that's the only reason why I thought NXT was better. But Lucha Underground was still a really good show. Again, we start off with the Dario Cup, and the Dario Cup, Pentagon Dark returns. Yes, Pentagon Dark is back. He calls out for Black Lotus. He wants to fight Black Lotus. And then Dario Cup is like, yeah, I have no where she is. And then she's like, oh yeah, I'll break your arm. And then he's like, fine, I'll give you a title shot, just don't break my arm. And then he's like, fine. And then we have 4 matches all show. Well, if you want to count one of them, you'll see what I mean. But we kick off the night with where's the match? Mala Suerte. Yeah, Mala Suerte versus the Mac. I knew the Mac was gonna win. There's no way in hell Mala Suerte was gonna win. And the Mac wins. Pretty easy match to predict easily. Then Pentagon Dark beat Argenis or something like that. And then at the end he broke his arm, which was awesome, showing that Pentagon Dark is not a guy to be fucking with, is particularly with this Dario Cup. Then we had honestly, this is one of the more entertaining parts of the show, but Famous B versus Tejano. Now, Famous B's been trying to call Tejano to be his next agent. I'm pretty sure they got rid of Dr. Wagner Jr. because, let's be honest, he fucking sucked. Yeah, they got rid of Dr. Wagner Jr. I don't know if he's injured or he's hurt or something. So I really don't want to say anything. But I wasn't really the big fan of Dr. Wagner Jr. But Tejano, after being part of the best of 5 with Cage, I'm pretty sure that's what got Famous B talking. So there was that. But Famous B's like, no, you know what? I want you to be my agent. You know what? I want you to pin me. So then Tejano just 1, 2, hold up, and then he does a power bomb, and then he goes for the 1, 2, 3. And then Tejano's going celebrating, and then the girl with Famous B smacks Tejano's ass, and then he just kind of like liked it. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna go back and forth with whether Tejano will be part of the Famous B, a Famous B agent. So I'm excited to see where that goes. And then we had wow, for one of the first round matches, they did a good job on building it. Aerostar versus Drago. Now, for those of you who do not know anything about me and Lucha Underground, you guys should know that this is what got me watching Lucha Underground. That and the Grave Consequences match between Phoenix and Mil Muertes. But the best of 5 series is what got me invested in it. There was like really, because I was a big fan of Drago at the time, and Aerostar, I mean, I didn't know who he was, but he did a good job of impressing me. And with what's it called? What's the name of the one chick? Cobra Moon. Yeah, since she's controlling Drago now, you know, basically she's like finished Aerostar, and then sure enough, the score for these guys is 3-3. So it made it unpredictable as to who was gonna win. But we already kind of guessed who's gonna win, who is the proper heel, and Drago beats Aerostar because you could tell Aerostar didn't really want to whoop his ass because he still sees his best friend in there. And they did a good job on telling that story. Now, this wasn't their best match. I'm going to say that already. Their 5th match was the best one, but this was still a pretty solid match that I enjoy. And it just got me invested on what's next for the tournament. Now, from what I've heard, we're going to get they didn't show the full bracket. They're going to basically put it in mystery because Dario Cueto is separated by 4 different groups, so this was Group A. Group B, we'll probably find out next week. Group C, the following, and Group D, the next, and so on and so forth. But from this tournament, what we've seen, we're gonna get the Mac versus Tejano, which, you know what, it's a pretty interesting match to see, especially because at the time I wasn't the biggest Tejano fan. Now I kind of enjoy him for the most part, and I do like the Mac a lot. His personality just gets me. And then Drago versus Pentagon Dark. Now that is a match I'm dying to see. I can't wait to see who's gonna win that one. That is how you make something unpredictable. Now, yeah, those were both shows for the Wednesday Night Wars this week. I will miss next week because I'll be in camp, but when I come back, I'll talk more about it. And it's me, the ALE XX Prince. And until then, I'm out.